Namaste and welcome. My name is Raja from Healing with Ayurveda, and today we're going to be cooking a pesto pasta with baked cauliflower. The beauty of this is that you can have it as your main dish, you can have it hot or cold, or you can have it as a side dish. So we're going to be having ours a little bit later, and we're going to be having some koftables on the side, so I'm really happy for that for lunch. So just to get started, we have got, and none of this is measured unfortunately, we have got some pasta. And you can use any kind of pasta you like, but I use the protein pasta because protein does wonderful things. And being a vegetarian, you have to find creative ways to add enough protein in your diet. And next we have roasted cauliflower. So they usually would just, any recipe says break it up into florets, but I find some of them a bit big. So I just cut them up into sizes that are bite sized so that you're not mucking around with it too much. And we pop them in there. So all I've done with that is I have cut them up and mixed through a tiny little bit of oil with some leftover spices that I had from something else I was making, but you can have whatever you'd like, some kind of mix or rub. And then you just mix the whole lot together. I just did it with my hands, laid it out on some parchment paper, and I've just cooked it in the oven. I roasted it at 200 degrees for about 20 minutes, and that was just on the middle shelf. And then I have some pesto. And just in case you don't know what pesto is, actually I was very lucky. I have a friend who made this for me. Pesto is lots of basil. She actually cooked it and made it herself because she has a massive basil patch out the back. So lots of basil, olive oil. I believe she had some cashews in there as well and some leftover pine nuts, and she just popped the whole lot together and, you know, did the whole Jamie Oliver waz it up, put it through the blender, and this is the outcome. I'm very lucky because I know exactly what's gone into it. I also try and do low salt diet, so at least I know that this has only got what she's told me is in it. There's been no added salt or sugar, which sugar's in everything as well. If there's not salt or fat, there's generally sugar. So all of those combined, we know is going to make a really yummy lunch. So we're just mixing this through together at the moment. It really doesn't take very long. And then with that, because I love pine nuts so much, and I had a few just left over in the bottom of a jar, I thought I may as well use them up. So I've just got a few in here. You can just see they're lightly browned. So what I've done is, after I took the pasta out of the pot, I just dried the pot out a little bit, put a tiny little bit of oil and popped them in there and just shifted them around for less than a minute. And that's all you need, just so that they're toasted. It's not like you're cooking them, you're just getting that little bit of flavor, and it's almost like a nutty flavor that you get from that. So then we're just mixing this through. It's really easy once you pop it all together. And this is a good one for, you could really use any kind of vegetables you like, or any kind of nuts, whatever you've got left over. I'm all for using what you've got in the house or in the cupboard, and you know, waste not, want not. Food is expensive enough without throwing it out. And I'll just grab a bowl there. So then once we've got it all together, you could do this with spaghetti as well. Would be really nice, because you could just plate up the spaghetti. I actually like to mix my cauliflower through with it. My sister likes to pop the cauliflower on the top separately, but I like to mix it all together. The pine nuts are in there as well. And we'll probably have some of this with, as I said, some koftables and maybe some pakoras. But you could even have it by itself, hot or cold. If you've got leftovers, it's really good to take for lunch the next day as well. So I look forward to hearing what you've popped into yours, and I hope you have an incredible day. Haribol.